So I need price to trade just a bit lower. Get back into that level a bit. If not, no worries. But it is wanting to run pretty quick. It might take off here. Okay, let's see. Just framing out some setups. Okay, so US 30 got tapped now. Gonna try to get two positions on this one. Trying to see if I can get, if I could get an entry that's a little deeper. We got bond open here in 2 minutes. Okay, so 1 more minute. Got about 30 seconds. One more 30-second candle. And after it clears this high, that's our 1-to-1. So I got to start moving to break even after that. 5 seconds. So it grabbed our second order. Let's see if it wants to turn or if it stops. This is a silver bullet, so it'd just be a one and done. I had one on gold as well. Looks like we just got one on. We just got one on NASDAQ. I don't think I'm going to have time to take that, the one on gold. Okay, so it hit our target. At this point, we need to go to break even. Yeah. I really don't like going to break even too much. I'll just leave the stop at least like $12. Give it a little room to breathe and see if we could run higher. NASDAQ was very short-lived. They had a 5-minute setup that I missed a couple minutes ago. And then gold, I was able to copy it over on TradingView. I was going to frame it here, but just wasn't able to take it. But we could have gotten that long as well. Yeah, this is pulling back very heavy. I would assume that they're going to come back against us, but we'll just have to wait and see. Technically, like I said, this was our TP for our 1-to-1. That has our 66% win rate right now. So I mean, it ran our TP level, and if you all of it hasn't come out yet, but if you watch the Silver Bullet course, that's one thing that I talk about is if you're not going to want to take at your TP, that's fine, but you have to understand that the probabilities of you winning that trade will start to drop off if it comes back to your entry. But if you are willing to hold a stop at the entry, there's always a chance that it could give you something nice. It ran right to the TP on this one and then reversed. Yeah. So that isn't our original stop. So technically the setup hasn't been ran yet. If we did start turning around real sharp, I could still look to take a trade. Okay, so it needs to go about one tick further. All right, that would have been the original stop. So now we have to wait on another silver bullet. Close one. Just wasn't their direction. That gold's floating in profit. Damn. This thing's running. Nasdaq had a silver bullet short. We could have caught that. Gold's still running. Damn, this thing's probably gonna keep sinking a little more. Let's see if we can get a small position running or if they're just gonna keep going lower. Just fill this gap here. So once that gap fills, I'm just gonna go stop to break even. If it fills. They got up there twice, but came back. They have room to run lower, but they're getting right up next to that uh, previous daily low. So I figured to take a small position, see if they fake out while we wait for this next silver bullet. Yeah, it's showing that it's wanting to push a little bit lower. I think you could catch a sell in here. We talked about the Mayday trade the other day, but I also said I wouldn't take any more Mayday trades. But there is a Mayday trade in there if you are looking to get short. Man, this thing is dumping right now. What a great move. I hate missing that. It's really just that 4 hour fair value gap. Oh, that was a nice little silver bullet we could have taken. We could still take it. Here, let's see if it puts us in. Oh, it did not come back. Let's give it another shot. Okay. So we're pretty much almost at that 1-to-1. I just want to move it because if we do run that London low or that previous low of the day, current low of the day, um, there's a weekly gap that's sitting down there. You can't really see it from this time frame. We might get stopped out here anyway, but I want to at least get to a 1-to-1 that 31, but I'd rather move my stop because I mean these little $20 loss, $30 loss, they add up, and they're important. But at the end of the day, we're just gonna follow the system, and when you really catch one that runs, and you catch a pretty big move, then it makes all that irrelevant. We could try a re-entry. Yeah, so that was the same setup, just a small fair value gap. We just took a second entry off of it. I think they're kind of going into a retracement phase. They'll probably even pull up in here a little bit, bounce around. Oh, nice. I didn't even see this one here. So we had this 1 minute entry. Stepped onto the lower time frame a bit, but now we can step. We're still on the lower time frame, but stepped off the 1 minute. Oh, what did I hit? What is this in? On YM. Oh, we just got a silver bullet on YM short, but I think it's a bit too high for us to reach. Another stop. It's just these lower time frame ones. Let's wait on the next one. So we have a pretty large silver bullet that is formed. Now, the reason I'm not too confident on taking it is because the stop has to be so large, which I'm okay with. I just don't know if it's going to be great for this type of account. I mean, I can always add to the position. So I'll just take the short. Stop's going to go up here. TP will go, let's see, right. Or what's the TP? 894. So this is the setup here. Has a 54.3% win rate with a 1.2% profit factor. Strategy's been winning lately over the last 50 trades at least. So if it starts coming back short, we will add to the position. If it wants to do this pullback reverse, clear the high of the day and keep going, that's fine because it's just one position. Like I said, I wasn't a big fan of that stop being this far, but because it's one position, it would make sense. It's really going to give me information that could help me trade going into tomorrow because we had, like we talked about, I don't know if you can see it on this platform. I don't think you could see it on this one, but there's a weekly gap. Right here. You can't see it as good. You can still see it. It's not as good, and it's a little bit bigger on the other feeds. But right there was that, or technically that's a yearly gap because this is the new year. Damn, this thing just ripped right when I got short. So our balance dropped about $50 below the remaining balance. We're down about 100 for the day. We'll probably look for like one or two more trades. If we'd have gotten that gold, it wouldn't have been anything special. Gold has just been consolidating. But NASDAQ and US 30, what a freaking reversal. They are volatile today. But that's the name of the game. You take the risk. Cool. All right. Another silver bullet. Um, Silver bullets having a little trouble today. A lot of the time, and the best silver bullets always come. They're usually pretty quick. They don't spend a whole lot of time bouncing around. They'll just tap that gap and then go. Um, so I'm not too sure about this setup either. I think that my max loss I'll probably try to keep around 200. So this will probably end up being the last trade for the day. We might take one more if we can get like a really solid setup. Um, but and by solid, I'm just saying like kind of a tight-ish stop. Like we just got another 5 minute US 30 long, but I mean it would be helpful if we just saw it bounce now. That would be what we're looking for. But if we don't see like an immediate bounce here, I'm assuming that we're gonna stop. So again, we've just hit a 5 minute gap. Here I could show you. So if we do not reject this 5 minute gap here fast, then I'm saying we're probably going to come here. So I don't want to see any more really down action. So the order flow, as far as I'm concerned, should be satisfied in the sense of we just came into a down closing candle. We've chosen to support it. Now we should not see this come back. If price comes back below this level, I'm assuming they're either going to consolidate or head lower. So I'm just going to go ahead and reduce my risk because I'm thinking that they're going to try to come and take us out. Mm. So this one isn't wanting to hold. Yeah, the fair value gap just got punished today. But that's trading. Like I said, we're trying to keep it right around 200 per day as far as max loss. Because I feel like we haven't really got a decent win yet. Like we've had like little pops, but we haven't had anything run. But I mean, we need one winning trade, and if we catch it on one or two contracts, we're catching at least that. Still watching that 5-minute level, so we'll see. Yeah, price is still just consolidating right around that entry. Um, Kind of a toss up. I was thinking that they had some good, support at that candle and really started building in a nice candle here, but even gave us a 1-to-1, but then just came back. When once it moved up, that's when I choked that stop up just a little bit, but ultimately couldn't get it. I think this big spike back is not typical as far as price to run the low of the day, then the high of the day, then the low of the day again, then reach up all the way back toward the high of the day, and now for them to really start running back toward the low of the day is just it's indicative of a ranging market. They're really stretching this day back and forth, trying to generate a lot of liquidity, I'm assuming. I'm curious to see where we end up closing. It went a little bit over by $18 over what we were looking to use as our max loss today. So that's not too terrible. We took that one long. It ran up. We were going to close a little bit faster, but the rate that it ran up, we just ended up leaving the regular stop. So we'll come back tomorrow and catch some more silver bullets, because today was punishing the fair value gaps, and it was paying out to all of the hyper scalpers, everyone taking both sides of the market, buy, sell, that kind of stuff. But I will be back tomorrow, and we'll knock down some of the losses that we had here and keep it moving forward, and then get into the first full week next week of the new year. But appreciate